Hello, hello. Today I will be going over the Budyonny, the Russian T6 cruiser, and if you haven't noticed, I quite like the look of this ship. I think the T6 and the T8 Russian cruisers both look absolutely amazing. I really love the look of these ships. This ship has, well, very similar turret setup that, for example, the New Orleans, the Baltimore, two in the front, one in the back. But it plays quite differently because, like most of these Russian cruisers, it seems to follow pretty much the same guidelines with very accurate shells, very good arcs, good range, but bad concealment, large citadel, and thin armor. And much of this seems very true for the Budyonny. But personally, I think that this ship has the potential to be probably one of the strongest ships in this line, and I think it will be very much appreciated in the Russian, or sorry, not in Russian, in the American ranked meta, because I can very well see this fulfilling roles that other cruisers really couldn't. Like, I could easily see this maybe replacing the Ioba, or, well, it's kind of arguable. It lacks the nice, massive anti-air that the Cleveland has, but on the other hand, the pinpoint accuracy, you see how small the shell spread is, and basically the range and the accuracy and rapid rate of fire makes it so very strong at basically attacking everything from DDs to cruisers to battleships. And I feel like this ship would scale immensely well with captain perks as well. I mean, getting a concealment perk and a demolition expert on the ship, I feel like this would be a very, very strong ranked contender, because definitely a very strong ship to consider for ranked. And least of all is the torpedoes. I will show them later in the vid, but the torpedoes are very, very powerful. It has 5 per side, they're short range, but they are fast and they deal a ton of damage. Literally, you have the capability of deleting battleships with those torps. They're strong enough. So that's very nice, combined with the range and the accuracy. Honestly, like Cleveland's, you can easily beat Cleveland's at range, mostly because at this range, like 14 kilometers. Okay, why is this guy not slowing down? He's literally going full speed while ramming into me. I guess he's too focused on staring down his sights at the Cleveland. Anyway, what I was saying is Cleveland's don't really have much of a chance, and it's not like the AP is weak either. Like against the paper ships like the Nuremberg, within this range you easily citadel them, easily. Like if the Nuremberg tries to give you a broadside or anything at this range, you just easily land sits on them and destroy them. So very, very strong, both HE and AP. And honestly, because of the flat arcs, I kind of feel like this is basically a much better Nuremberg. I feel like the Nuremberg is becoming very much offset, because it has the same type of arcs, but much stronger HE, better fire chance, and overall I feel like this ship is just flat out a stronger Nuremberg. The Clevelands really can't do anything about this ship because it's so easy to kite away and just basically spam that long range HE on them. And good luck trying to hit the cruiser with the Cleveland. Cruiser at 14 kilometers that's sailing away from you. Like, you're never going to be able to do it. Whereas this Budyonny will do it quite easily. And I figure it has a large citadel, yes, but on the other hand, because 2 of the guns are in the front, you can pretty much angle yourself straight at enemies to reduce the damage it takes significantly, while still being able to bring a large majority of your guns to bear. And I don't know. I think like ships like the Nuremberg will have a very hard time competing with this ship at all. Oh no, I shouldn't be giving me broadside. That's a paper ship. Like, he thinks he's 11 kilometers away and that's safe, but nope, that's definitively not safe. Oh, but he's still giving me broadside. Okay, I got 2 Nurembergs behind me. Pretty sure they can deal with this guy. Let's see if he still keeps giving me broadside. Still giving me broadside, still eating citadels. Now, luckily the damage on the shells isn't too high, It's nothing like, it isn't as high as the Nuremberg AP damage, it's only like 2.2k for HE and 3.3k for AP. But I still, having seen this ship, I see little reason to ever pick the Nuremberg instead of this ship. I literally just cannot think of a reason to do it. It just seems superior in every single way. Or I mean, if you delve into the stats, then sure, I'm sure you'll find like some stats where the Nuremberg beats it. But in the terms of how it plays, this one just feels much stronger. It lacks the concealment of the Ioba, but on the other hand, it has more firepower. It lacks the AA of the Cleveland, but on the other hand, firepower. So, honestly, oh shit! I just got detonated. Okay, let's jump into another clip then. Damn it. Right. This game, this will actually be a good example. I'm against T8 matchmaking in this one, unlike the other game where I was about the same, one tire lower, so basically a bit of a seal clubbing. In this one, I'm against T8 ships, so I think it'll be a better comparison. It's domination as well. We have pushed in Capt C. I used Hydra just to scout for enemy DDs, but there was nothing here, so really not much has happened. Only taken a few pot shots at stuff. The Pensacola, well, he shouldn't be that far out on the camp. The Pensacola has very much the same weaknesses as this ship in terms of paper thin armor and huge detection, but I am inside sea where there's plenty of cover. This Pensacola is out in the open sea where there's no cover, so I don't see him getting away from this alive. Okay, I need to be careful. Oh shit, that Turpitz is here then. Well, I would love to make sure this Pensacola dies. I need to start turning away, because I don't want to give the Turpitz broadsides. This ship has a big citadel, and the armor is still quite thin. So, just like any cruiser, if you're dumb enough to give broadside, you're gonna pay for it. Oh, that showed the torps I was talking about, by the way. You launch 5 torps to side, 14.4k damage, 65 knots of speed. Very brutal against pretty much any ship in the game. Or, well, any ship. I think the only thing that can tank it would be an even higher tier battleship, but if they eat all torps, they have no chance. Now there's a Pensacola, an Ioba, and a Colorado on this side. And it looks like no one is challenging them, and looks like this Pensacola is distracted. Distracted Pensacola is giving me broadside, are probably my favorite kinds of ship. Let's see, there we go, found the citadel. As you can see, this one citadel in itself doesn't do that much damage, but the damage adds up because you pump out so much DPM constantly. And I think the consistency of the ship is what will make it very competitive. It's basically you are able to consistently deal damage at such a massive range without any issues. Like this, I think the stock range on this is what, 16.8 or something. It's like just for the tier, it's massive. So it's a very reliable means of dealing damage. Oh, I'm gonna angle myself. The Colorado looks like he's... yeah, they're both all aiming at me. Don't want to give them any free citadels. Yeah, he's definitively aiming at me. But this is another of the advantages. You can point your ship at them, minimize the damage, and still keep 2 of your turrets towards the enemy. I'm popping Hydra in case there's any torps coming my way. You never know with the Ioba going past like that. And I kind of want it now in case one of them is closing the distance with this rock formation here, since I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna fight them all. Because fuck them, these torps are strong, and I kind of want to show them off just how strong they are, and that Colorado is a great target. There's just 2 cruisers in the way, so I have to kill both the cruisers, and then I can kill the Colorado. YOLO is a way of life, I believe. This ship, I think, even with the thin armor, thanks to the turret placement, I really like how aggressive you can actually be in it if you want to be aggressive, and usually I want to be so. Oh shit, I'm giving broadside. He's gonna punish me. Yeah, that was a big chunk of damage. But now I'm getting my ship angled. yeah, managed to dodge the worst of it, deleted the Pensacola. Now there's a full HP Aoba and Colorado left. But you can see how flat and grouped these shells are, which is something I really enjoy. And as you can see, by angling myself like this, I make myself a hard target and in general minimize the damage I take, while at the same time being able to pump out very consistent damage. My reload, what's my reload on the ship? It's not much, that's for sure, but yeah, 3 citadels, a lot of damage. You don't want to be giving this ship broadside, like, of course you don't want to be giving any ship broadside really, but this Aoba should be regretting his choice. Let's see, I can actually, the AP on this range is also quite potent against battleships, like on most cruisers, but especially since it's Stalinium. Let's see, I'll aim for the belt and think I can show you. Yep, 5.5k with 6 shells, so HE though at the same, yeah, if it hits the belt it does no damage, you have to hit the superstructure, bit of a bad example. Oh well, I got one volley off. Good luck dodging that in a Colorado. Yeah, probably should have aimed for the superstructure there. But let's see if I can get the other side torps going as well. Since you have 5 on both sides, but those fuckers are fast, really fast. Yeah, I just don't see this guy surviving this at all. Oh, are you kidding me? He detonates. First I detonate when I'm having a good game to show it, and then he detonates when I'm trying to shoot. Whatever, this ship is strong, this ship is fun, and I think this might be one of the few where I'm honestly considering it might be a bit borderline OP. It wouldn't surprise me if they would tone it down a bit, because for a T6 ship, this one seems a bit out of whack.